you guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I figured I would do something about how I am preparing for a new semester at university. I also wanted to talk to you guys about a little bit what was this first semester like, my feelings, my experiences, my overall take on this whole semester, and what kind of classes I'm taking in this second semester. So before we're jumping into it, this is my Instagram and this is my Twitter. If you want to follow me there, you can just go ahead and do so. So let's just get into it. This past semester, looking back, was one of the best semesters I've ever had in many ways. It was so amazing to get to know new people and new teachers, new perspectives, new ways of thinking. I feel like the level of teaching and the level of knowledge that I'm getting here is just so intense and so high. I feel like I was not prepared at the beginning of the semester how crazy it's going to be like in terms of all the material I had to learn and just had to take in on a weekly basis. There were a few classes that I had which were just super intense. We had tests every week, and there was also my favorite class where we could go out and practice what we actually learned on a real patient. We had to go to the hospital and do the first clinical interview that we learned about this semester. That was amazing, scary, really informative. And I kind of felt like everything that I have learned in the past in my bachelor's, it just comes down to this. Just interacting with the patient, figuring out how can you help the patient, and also figuring out yourself while being in that, it's not a therapy session yet, but being in that position of you being a future therapist, an actual human being, a patient there, maybe struggling with any kind of struggles that he or she may have. So yeah, I think that was my favorite one. I also feel like this whole semester just went by like, I don't know, I snapped my fingers, and from September it was exam period all over again. Whew, okay, let's talk about exam period. I am a person who doesn't really do well with doing the same things over and over again for a longer time period, so I need to change up things I'm doing, clothes that I'm wearing. That's why I like to put together outfits, I guess. Different kinds of music I'm listening to every single day. I just need to be in a constant kind of change, not big changes but like small changes, and exam period is definitely not the period for that. It's usually a month and a half here in Hungary when you have all your exams, and basically what you do is just study. You don't have classes and you have to go and take your exams. Now, the process of having these exams was not different from my bachelor's at all, but you know, with teachers and the different building and different people around you, the whole situation just kind of feels different. I definitely was really motivated at the beginning because I felt like I was studying what I finally wanted to study. Although I had a few classes, like every time you go and take a new course on bachelor's or on master's, I feel like there are just gonna be classes that are not going to interest you. They are kind of remotely in a connection with the field that you're studying, but not as connected as you would want it to be. For example, statistics. Yeah, let's bring statistics back. My good old friend. I know that it's really important for me to learn statistics, but I know that I don't want to work in researches in the future. Of course, I will have to do my master's diploma, and for that I will need this kind of knowledge. So sometimes you just have to suck it up and just learn whatever you have to learn. Those classes are in there for you to take for a reason, for sure, definitely. At the end of the exam period, I kind of lost motivation and I just went into kind of a darker place because of this lack of motivation. Also, if you watch my vlogs, you know that Christmas was not the best for me. I'm looking at the window right now because I feel like the weather has such a huge effect on my mood, but I felt it with my friends as well. They said the same thing, that this whole gloomy, raining, cold, this kind of winter weather is just not the best for keeping you motivated. So I'm happy that the sun is kind of coming back. I don't want to jinx it. I hope it stays this way. So that's kind of my first semester update. I took a week. We had a week for taking your classes for second semester. I already have my new timetable for my next semester, so let's just talk about that, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna look down here because I have my laptop right here, and I actually switched my Neptune, which is this online place where you can take your classes, and I switched it into English so I don't have to figure out the names of the classes. I have the actual names of the classes. So I have quite a few classes that I'm going to be taking. People say that this is the hardest semester if you are on clinical and health psychology. I don't know if I'm ready for it. Like, I'm definitely motivated and I have looked over all my classes and they seem super interesting. It's just that the material is so much. I don't know how I'm gonna keep up with it. I feel like I'm going to have to go back to middle school mindset, and whenever I get home from school I will literally have to sit down and study for 2 or 3 hours every day, and it's just not gonna be enough if I go on with my whole week and then just leave it for the weekend, you know. Monday I have psychodiagnostics and clinical case presentation number 1. This is gonna be so much fun. I know it. Psychodiagnostics is my favorite part, or one of my favorite parts. You know, these diagnostical tests that psychologists and psychiatrists use. I'm sure that you know the Rorschach test. I don't know if you pronounce it that way in English, but there are a lot of tests that we're going to be learning about, and I'm super excited about this one. Okay, then I have a neuropsychology seminar, and then I have neuropsychology practice. Now the practice for neuropsychology is from 2 till 5, which is definitely alarming. I don't know what we're gonna do. Yeah, it's gonna be intense, but I only have that class every second week. Monday is not that hectic, I feel like. On Tuesday we have research methods in clinical and health psychology. Basically just learning about different types of researches, like ways to do different researches. For example, you have a hypothesis, and then how you're going to research that. I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but I hope you get it. Next up we have health psychophysiology and psychoneuroimmunology. That is just way too long. Okay. I have actually 2 classes from this. I have one on Tuesday and then I have one on Thursday. Basically what we're gonna talk about is these 2 different parts. So on Tuesday we will have psychophysiology, and on Thursday we will have psychoneuroimmunology. But then again, it's just a lot of material, you know what I mean? Hope I'm gonna be able to keep up with it. A lot of biology for sure, and I love biology. We will see what will happen. Next up on Tuesday, that is going to be my last class, that is psychodiagnostics and clinical case presentation 1, is the practical part of the seminar that I am having on Monday. So I'm going to be going back to the same hospital again. That is going to be interesting. On Wednesday, and I am so curious about this, it's drugs and behavior. That is a seminar that I'm having on Wednesday and on Thursday as well. One part of it is going to be pharmacology. I hope that I'm saying that right. And the other part is going to be about behavior. Next up on Wednesday, I have clinical health psychology seminar. This is kind of the same as what I had on in my first semester. That was just health psychology. Now it's more specific. It's clinical health psychology, and I think that's not a seminar. That's a practice, and we have a seminar on Friday, but only in the first 2 weeks of this semester. Oh no, and I also have social psychology, but it's at the same time as my research methods practice, so I don't think I will be able to actually go to that class. I would just have no time. I keep telling this to my boyfriend that I would need that necklace, you know, the one that Hermione has, so I could go to like several places at one time. Ugh. But I just never got my letter from Hogwarts, have I? So these are basically the classes that I will be having. I don't know what I should expect. So most of my classes, as I said before like a billion times, they really do interest me. I will just need to buckle up, just sit my ass down and study everything and just be prepared. This is where my little lists come in handy because I will be using them every day for sure. Last but not least, I wanted to talk a little bit about how I'm preparing for a new semester. So when I'm done with exam period, basically try to clear out my space. It's like a new semester, a new me, but not exactly because it's the same me. I just need to have a clean space. That is the most important thing for me. I also purchased new planners. So if you don't have a planner and you're studying something that is really hectic, you have a lot of classes, I recommend that you do get a planner or just get a regular normal notebook and you write down everything you need to write down. And one other thing that I've just realized that I'm doing every semester is that on my computer I actually have new folders, and I just basically create a big folder. Go into that one, I have all my classes, and all my classes have different folders. So whenever I'm downloading the syllabus for every single class, I will just have it right there. I hope that this was some kind of informational for you guys. If you have any questions or anything you want to comment down below, then please comment down below. I have also linked my socials, my Twitter and my Instagram down in the description box. So yeah, that's it for this video. Please let me know down below, what are your classes going to be like? Is this semester going to be this hard for you as well? Is it going to be an easy semester for you? I'm just trying to remind myself that this is what I've been working for over 4 or 5 years, and this is actually what I want to study. So I'm actually really eager to see how this semester is going to turn out to be like. I hope that I will master the strength of just being able to concentrate on everything that I have to learn and just not forget that this is truly what I want to do and why I am studying this. This is kind of the mindset how I'm going into this new semester. I know that my intros and my outros are always so long. I'm trying to be better at that. But anyways, I'm just gonna stop talking because I could do this for hours. I love you guys so much and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys!